Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a breeding focus, and the breeding focus is going to be the South Pink-Eyed White. One of the oldest breeds of guinea pig in existence, and most certainly the oldest self breed. I'm going to go through the breed standard so you can see what attributes you need to be breeding towards. I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons of this particular breed, some of the little nuances that make this breed so special, and you can go from there and see what you think of it, and hopefully by the end you'll fall in love with the South White as well. I'd just like to thank Gary Taylor and Becky Long, David Drake and Margaret Hooper for their contributions to this video. They've provided the pigs and the pictures that allowed me to do this for you, so thank you. We'll go through the breed standards shortly, but just in essence, the pink-eyed white, what makes it unique is its colour. It needs to be pure snow white with pink eyes, matching coloured ears and the same pink pads. So that's what we're going to be looking for. That's what sets it aside from the others, is its colour, but it's got lots of other little attributes to it which make it a very special breed. But we'll go through the breed standard now quickly, and then we'll get back onto looking at some of the pigs. The English Self Cavy Club is the specialist cavy club in the UK that caters for all the different colours of self. And what we mean by English Self is any cavy that is a solid single colour, short-haired, and adheres to the standard which we'll go through later. There are 15 colours. These are the pink-eyed white, the black, the dark-eyed cream, pink-eyed golden, red, chocolate, lilac, beige, slate, blue, saffron, pink-eyed cream, dark-eyed white, buff and dark-eyed golden. And there is a new and emerging breed of self which we cater for called the caramel. So if you breed any selfs, the English Self Cavy Club is the club for you. I shall link their website in the description so you can visit that if you'd like to. The standard for selfs is broken down into different points, weighting the importance of different attributes of the guinea pig. All the selfs adhere to the same point standard, with the only variation being the colour description as to match that of the pig. So, for example, golden needs to be golden, the black needs to be black, and there are certain elements of that that have to be taken into account. So, head, eye and ear make up 30 points. The head needs to have a pronounced rim and nose and good width of muzzle squared off at the end with around the corners. The ears need to be large and drooping with the lower rim parallel to the ground and set a good width between. Also at 30 points is the colour, and the top colour is to be lustrous and glossy sheen and of an even shade all over the body. The hair and the feet to match the body colour, the undercolour to match the top colour, and that goes all the way down to the skin, giving the appearance free from flakiness, and the colours of the eyes, ear and pads are to match the description specific to that colour for that breed. The body shape of a self is worth 25 points, and it is to have a short, broad and cobby body with very deep, broad shoulders, to be fit and good substance with plenty of firm flesh, and to have size appropriate to the age. And finally the coat, with 15 points allocated to this. It needs to be soft and silky, clean and short, groomed free of guard hairs. I would also suggest reading the guidance notes, which give a much more detailed overview of what you need to do when breeding a self cavy. It's worth noting there are no specific breed disqualifications, and some of the specific faults are hairs of opposing colour in the coat. Dark rims on ears and white toenails, except for in white breeds, are also penalisations, according to severity. Of course, there are disqualifications across all breeds, such as running lice, sows and pig, breaks in the skin, fatty eye, serious physical deformalities, and evident ill health. Things specific to the short-coated varieties are side whiskers and rosettes in the coat. These are all disqualifications across all short-haired breeds. And we produce another video later on showing what these are. This little sow is bred by Gary Taylor and Becky Long. I believe it's from the Pale Moon line. And as you can see, it is exhibiting the lovely colour. It goes all the way down to the skin. We've got those lovely pink ears, pink eyes and pink pads. And it's just got this lovely coat to it. A great head and expression, as you see from the frontal. Pink-eyed whites have a really nice expression. You know, they've got this wide jowl, these great ears, and these big, bold eyes. As a breed, they stand very well. They're easy to train. They grow to a very large size, and they're a fantastic-looking pig on the show bench. As you see from this sow here, you know, she's very well balanced, and shows herself off to their absolute best. So pink-eyed whites are a breed that require a lot of husbandry. They need to be washed regularly, they need to be groomed regularly in order to keep that coat white and silky. They also need to be cleaned more often than any other guinea pig, because you don't want any staining to happen. You need that belly to stay pure white. You need the jowls and under the mouth to stay pure white. And it's very important because it shows up every slight stain. So you keep them very clean, regularly cleaned, and that's going to help you on the show bench. Okay, so this sow has been kept in show condition. She's very clean on her belly. There's no staining. It's not thinned at all. Because whites can get quite big and lose some of the hair on their belly, as with many of the self breeds. And you can see the vent is all clean. This is another area where urine stains will show up, but you just keep this washed regularly, and then you'll be nice and fit for the show bench. And then under the jowl, you usually get carrot stains here, so a little toothbrush to just clean this away on a regular basis. Again, it's not a disqualification, but it just upsets the whole balance if the pig looks stained. And this is what they look like in breeding condition. That's beetroot on her belly there. She hasn't been kept up together for showing, but yeah, you just see all that beetroot staying there. It just detracts from the beauty of the pig when it's on the show bench, but not when it's in the cage at home. They look absolutely fine with it, to be honest. With all selfs, whites develop at different rates. So they put on a lot of weight as a youngster, then they go very long before refilling back out again. You'll notice on this boar here, he's going through his long stage, but he's going to compact up even more as he gets older until he becomes something of this ilk, which is one of David Drake's absolute top show pigs. He's done very, very well with. Absolute credit to him. And then we have another example of a top show pig from Margaret Hooper. Again, look at the pigment, absolutely stunning. So they breed quite freely. They can be bred in pairs or trios. You can see from this, there are two different types of head amongst these two. One's got a very showy head on the right, and the other more of a breeding head on the left. But both are good solid pigs that you'd use in a breeding program. And we tend to use shorter-headed boars to bigger-headed sows again, just to balance it off. And obviously we look for faults in the pigs and make sure that we don't double pair these faults, and then we try and increase the positive attributes on every litter. Very simple principles that we do no matter what breed we're looking at, but very, very important. Watch out for when breeding pink-eyed whites are woolly coats. If you keep breeding heavy-coated pigs together, the coat becomes very thick. It doesn't flow freely through the hand, so just keep an eye out for that when breeding and selecting your stock. And as I said before, use bigger-headed pigs where possible, because pink-eyed whites and creams for that matter, they have a tendency to shorten in the head and become very golf-balled. And the current breeding group work very hard to get away from this, so people should really bear that in mind when selecting their breeding stock, because the breeders made such wonderful progress in the last few years in the hands of some very dedicated breeders in the UK. The youngsters come out fit and healthy usually. Obviously with any breed you do get your occasional problem, but the whites are renowned for being good breeders, good mothers, and the babies come out on the whole quite large and healthy. They're very good parents, rearing litters of 2, 3 and 4 quite easily, and yeah, so you shouldn't have any problem when selecting this as your breed. And these little munchkins belong to David Drake, so well done. A little bit more of an understanding of what goes into breeding these pigs and the requirements for showing this breed. So it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from them. Till next time, goodbye.